It's showtime. What's up, good people, and welcome to the Frank Harris Show, the biggest, the baddest, the best, and the most provocative show on earth. And look who's on the show with me today, my boy, Dominican E.
What's
Yo,
up,
E,
Frank?
what's the words, bro?
Back, baby. Welcome back, baby. I'm back. Let's get right into it, baby. I'm back.
E is back in the building, so E. There's a lot going on, right? There's the baseball playoffs you got to touch upon. There's some interesting football stories that we need to touch upon, E. And we got to touch upon the baseball playoffs, right? Yankees, Mets are both in a position to potentially have a Subway Series, which would be unbelievable, as you can imagine, as the last one was, when Mike Piazza threw the bat at Roger Clemens. But we'll get into that. But E, basketball season is about to start. And it got me to thinking about something. And I saw a clip the other day, right, E? And in the clip, Kobe Bryant, who everybody loves so much, right? It's unfortunate that, he passed away. But now he's everybody's favorite player, okay? And he made a statement, Eric, and I want to see do you agree or disagree. His statement was that if a teammate, all my teammates, they come to practice, not all of them, but I see these guys come into practice 10 minutes before practice and leave right after practice, right? And then he says, so why would I trust those guys to pass them the ball? Again, they show up 10 minutes before practice and they leave right after practice. Why should I trust those guys to pass them the ball? Do you agree with that statement, Eric, that if a guy is not coming early and leaving later, okay, that the guy is not worthy of getting the ball passed to him?
I'm 100% agreeing with that statement. 100% agreeing with that statement. This is why I'm gonna say this, right? As the ultra competitor.
Bro, what's wrong with you, dog? How could you agree to such foolishness, bro?
Hold on. You go jumping. I'm just getting back, Frank. Come on, let me make my statement. Hold on. So, as the ultra competitor who Kobe Bryant was, right? Who put in the work, extra work, right? Who is all about winning and putting in work. Why would I trust a guy that just comes in 10 minutes before practice and leaves right after practice and doesn't put the work in? Like I want to see guys that are committed, that want to play winning basketball, that are going to put the extra work in. This is Kobe Bryant saying this. This is his commitment to the game, his love for the passion for the game. These guys are not passionate for the game. These guys just want to come in, get the little necessary work they want to get in, and then leave and go do what they go do what they normally do. So for me, I'm agreeing with Kobe Bryant. Listen, you coming in 10 minutes right before practice, you're not getting the ball. You're not getting the ball.
Yo, but that's the craziest thing I've ever heard before. Just a minute. It's crazy how you can even think that that's. First of all, the guy's doing their job. When a guy comes to McDonald's, right, to be the best burger flipper, you don't got to stay at McDonald's. You don't got to get to there 10 minutes before, 2 hours before and stay an hour after the work. I mean, come on, bro. First of all, the job is to be there.
What a comparison.
The guy, not the best comparison. Not the best comparison. Fair enough. But let me say this. Let me take that comparison back. But the guy, Eric, let me say this. The guy's getting to practice on time, okay? And the guy's leaving when the practice is over. That's his job and his responsibility. And by the way, Kobe Bryant, the fact that you stay after, okay, before, and you get there early first, significantly earlier, and you play after, makes you the best player on the team. And you get all of the accoutrements that go along with being the best player on the team. So Kobe Bryant gets all the benefit of being Kobe Bryant. He makes more money. He gets more fame. He gets everything, right? Everything he gets, right, significantly more than the other players. Yes, he deserves it. He works hard for it, and you reap the benefit from that, okay? Everybody doesn't have to be a superstar. Guys are coming to do their job. If a guy comes and practices very hard for the allocated time to practice, he gives his effort. Absolutely, he should be given the ball. Absolutely, he should be trusted to give the ball to. Doesn't mean he has to be the best player. It doesn't mean he has to dominate the ball. It doesn't mean he has to get the same amount of shots as Kobe Bryant. But you got to trust your teammates, right? And you can't only trust a guy if he decides to have your level of work ethic. That's garbage. If the guy comes to practice every day, works hard, if there's a 2-hour allocated practice, gives his effort, significant effort, works hard, knows the plays, and does everything the right way, you got to pass him the ball. You can't not give a guy the ball because he don't stay after 2 hours before and afterwards and not trust him in the game and then go pecan. None?
Frank,
What are you talking
Frank,
about, dogs?
Frank.
You tripping, bro.
As a
The
committed
man's doing his
basketball player,
job.
as a committed basketball player, it shows me, right, as a player, right, of let's say Kobe status. You're not committed to the team. You just want to, or you just
But I don't
there
got to
for
be Kobe status. The
Frank.
guy don't have to
You
be
got
Kobe status. He can still be a very good player in his own right. He don't got to be Kobe status. He got, and by the way, Eric, so the fact that the guy comes to work every day, trains hard, plays hard, communicates, great teammate, irrelevant. Because he's not staying after 2 hours and coming before 2 hours or 1 hour or whatever it is. You don't trust the guy? What are you talking about?
Frank. Hold on.
Yes, Eric.
Hold on. You just listen. You just made a horrible comparison about a guy flipping burgers. But anyway, listen. If I'm Kobe Bryant, the team captain, the team leader of the team, I have to see that my teammates are committed and are dedicated. That doesn't mean you have to come in, hour or 2 hours before practice, but get there enough time where we're working, we're talking about the practices, we're watching film, extra film, those things, the little things. Let's unite and watch extra film.
You
Those things that's gonna
contradicting
take.
yourself, bro.
What are you
You
talking
con-
about?
The question was, I didn't say about I said the question was, Kobe saying the guy comes right before practice and leaves after practice. Now you're saying the guy doesn't have to stay an hour or 2 hours before. Kobe's implication clearly
No.
is he wants
I'm saying,
players that stay like him.
no. I'm saying come
If,
in
if,
early.
let me ask you this one question, right?
I'm
If
saying
a
come
guy
in
comes
early.
to practice, hold Eric. If a guy comes to practice 10 minutes before practice, which is early, right? Right. Trains hard, great teammate, works incredibly hard in practice, and then leaves after practice, that's not enough?
No, that's not enough, Frank.
Okay, so what's the standard?
Not enough.
So 10 minutes. So you said it doesn't have to be an hour. You said it doesn't have to be an hour, right? 10 minutes not up. So does the guy got to come 20 minutes before? The spirit of what Kobe's saying is guys have to be there significantly.
I don't know what the time frame is. All I'm saying is you get in there early, you watch extra film with your teammates, right? You watch extra films. How can us coming together as a team, bonding together extra before practice start? Hey, let's go over this. Let's discuss this. Those are the things that's going to take you to be champions. This is what Kobe was striving for, to be champions. At the end of the day, it's to win championships. So he's saying, let's everybody come, let's get in early, let's put the work in, let's practice. After practice, this is what it takes to win it, to be a championship team.
Eric, you're talking about two different issues, right? Film study, teams doing things together from that perspective. Those are team moments, correct? It doesn't mean you're not participating in that. Kobe, the spirit of what Kobe is saying is he wants guys to come to practice early to get up way more shots, right? To train like he does.
I don't think it's that to get up way more shots. I think it's just more to come in.
Wait, no. It's time out. When I say get up more shots, to work on their games more. It's not just shots, but to work on your game more.
Working on the game includes film study. Working on the game is film study.
Let me say, Eric, but guess what? The team has film study. So you go to the team's film study. I don't got to do extra film. We do film study. You acting as if the team doesn't watch film. The team watches film. The team allocates time for film and for practice. Bro, you tripping. Let's switch topics. That's Kobe's.
One more thing.
That's Kobe's obsessiveness, right? Everybody can't be Kobe Bryant. Everybody can't be that.
Frank, hold on. You played high level basketball, right? You know what it takes to be a great team. It's the extra work. It's extra work to be great teams. To be championship caliber teams, you have to do extra. Come in early, watch film, put up shots, work on your game. After practice, do all the new stuff.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Let me no, you don't. No, let me tell you this. Let me be clear. You win championships because you have better players, right? If you got bum players that do extra, you're not winning. By the time you get to the level we're talking about in the NBA, right? We're not talking about 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, kids continue to develop their games. By the time you get to the NBA level, Eric, right, the teams with the best players win. Whether the guy, let me ask you an honest question, all right? Do you really think the best player in the NBA right now, people argue is Djokovic? Do you really think Djokovic looks like a guy that's doing 2 hours before practice and 2 hours afterwards working on his game? Djokovic looks like the
I
guy
don't know.
that comes to practice 10 out. 10, he looks like the guy that come to practice 10 minutes before and leaves afterwards and go lives his life. And he's the best player in the NBA, and he got a ring. So stop with this obsessive Kobe Bryant nature
I don't know.
conversation.
I don't
You
know
don't
that.
have to be like that to be
I don't
great.
know that.
The teams with the best players win.
Listen,
Not the teams that watch the most film. Stop. The team with the best players win. Not
Frank,
the team that watch the most film. Stop. Stop it.
Frank.
Come on, bro.
Okay,
Stop, bro.
listen.
Anyway,
I don't know
so
about Jokic.
E,
I don't know about Jokic.
let's switch gears.
I just know he's a great. Yeah, let's switch gears because that was
Yeah,
what you're saying.
but just to
That
be
didn't make
clear,
sense.
work ethic, you can have great work ethic, right? In the allocated time that you have for practice and for your basketball related activities. You don't have to be obsessive. You clearly see Jokic in the offseason as well, be chilling. He don't even pick up a basketball, it feels like, in the offseason that much. He's clearly not working out crazy, right? He's betting his horses and he just back at his home in Serbia, chilling, relaxing. Right? So when you say you got to be this obsessive, overly worked guy, I mean, that's false. The team with the best players win. Let's stop that false narrative.
I didn't say obsessive. I see you have to put in extra work. There you go, put in words.
I don't know what extra work it looks like Jokic puts in. Jokic, it doesn't look like he's a guy that puts a lot of extra work. Just for clarity, he's the best player in the NBA. So anyway, switching gears, E. You know, you Kobe maniacs, unbelievable. Switching gears, E. Let's talk about. Listen, let's talk about the NFL a bit, okay? Let me start off by talking about the quarterback controversy in Pittsburgh. Okay, you got Justin Fields. So at first, initially, Mike Tomlin, who in my opinion is the best coach in the NFL, right? Mike Tomlin said Russell Wilson was the starter, Justin Fields was the backup, right? That's what he pretty much announced when they bought both players to the Pittsburgh Steelers this offseason. All right.
Yeah.
Wilson gets hurt, so obviously Fields has to play. Wilson gets hurt, Fields has to play. Now the Steelers are 4-2 right now with Fields as the quarterback. But it looks like now that Wilson is healthy, there's going to be a quarterback switch, and they're going to go to Wilson now. Okay, notwithstanding the fact that Fields is 4-2, and so I asked you, Eric, the way the season has transpired thus far, and the way Pittsburgh is playing, do you feel like they should stick with Fields? And by the way, Roethlisberger, legendary Pittsburgh Steeler, felt as if it was a mistake, I believe, to go away from Fields and go to Wilson. All right. I just want to put that caveat up there. E, what are your thoughts?
Mike Tomlin, you know I love you to death, Mike, but you're making a mistake with this one. You go with the guy that's guiding you to 4-2. I think they're in first place in the NFC Central Division. I believe so. They're in first place. I think you stick with Justin Fields. Let him ride it out. You know, you got a comparable backup in Wilson if you need him. If Fields was to go down and get hurt, you got a comparable backup in Wilson. You stick with Fields. Mike Tomlin, you're making a mistake on this one, man. You're making a mistake on this one. Stick with the guy that has gotten you to a 4-2 record. You know, he's playing well. You know, defense is playing great. Stick with the guy that's gotten you to a 4-2 record. First place in the NFC Central.
Okay, E, so this one is a hard one for me, but let me say this, right? It's a hard one because you look at this, you look at the on the exterior, you look at 4-2, you look at the Bears, excuse me, not the Bears, what I'm saying the Bears. You look at the Steelers, they have a winning record, okay? But Justin Fields' play has been mediocre at best. He's been a mediocre quarterback. And by the way, Justin Fields said himself that if I would have played better, we quote him, right? Or paraphrase, if I would have played better, this would not even been a conversation. I haven't played well enough, and this is why this is even a conversation being had. If he would have played well, not even incredible, but well, right, in the 6 games that he started thus far in that sample size, this would not be a conversation. Okay, but he's been mediocre at best. I think they're 20th or 28th in offense, or he's 20th. They're like 20th in passing, or 28th in offense, or 28th in offense and 20th in passing. Very mediocre. I think his QBR, Eric, if I'm not mistaken, is 54. Terrible QBR. He's only thrown for 1,106 yards in 6 games, right? Less than 200 yards a game. I mean, the guy's been mediocre, right? One thing on the positive side is he's had 5 touchdowns and only 1 interception. But with that being the case, Eric, QBR has been very mediocre. I think his QBR is, 54.0, I believe it is, which is terrible, not terrible, but very below average QBR. So I think a lot of times, all right, we look at what's happening right now, and the defense is carrying the team. Okay. The defense is carrying the team. They're not scoring a lot, right? They're getting by because they play great defense. The great TJ Watt and all, Cameron Hayward, all of these great defensive players. Okay. If you now add in, and they're looking at this from a long-term perspective, if you now add in a better quarterback, okay, now you have a Super Bowl contender. You can't keep getting away with playing mediocre football, okay, with this guy at the quarterback position. If you get above average quarterback play, not incredible quarterback play, you may have a Super Bowl caliber team. You can run the football. And by the way, one thing that Fields gave you that Wilson doesn't is he can make plays with his legs. To me, that's the big differentiation. He did a decent job of that. But outside of that, his quarterback play has been subpar. And you got to think about this long term. You're 4-2 now, but you got to figure out which player gives you the best chance to win a Super Bowl. And let me just say this. Mike Tomlin's the best. 19 years, I believe it is, as an NFL coach, highest tenure coach in the NFL, no losing seasons ever, won Super Bowls, right? These guys are watching what's happening in practice every day, okay? Tomlin doesn't get it wrong usually. I got to defer to him. So I'm glad he's 4-2, but Tomlin's the best. And Tomlin's looking at winning a Super Bowl. So if Tomlin says Wilson gives us the best chance to win a Super Bowl, talk to me.
Frank, let me say this,
I'm listening.
The great Herm Edwards said, we play to win the game. We play to win the games. Right now they're 4-2. You continue to ride this young man. Continue to ride this man. He's getting more comfortable, with more reps with the ones. Now you bring in Wilson. He's just getting back from injury. He's not comfortable with the ones yet. Let this man continue to take the Pittsburgh Steelers to win games. You play to win the games. And this is what Fields is doing right now. They got a winning record, right? All this analytic stuff is QBR and all this stuff. At the end of the day, it's about winning football games. And right now they are 4-2. First place in the NFC Central. Why would you change that now to bring in Wilson, who hasn't really practiced with the ones yet? I just read recently he just started, practicing with the ones. Why would you?
Well, hold on.
Why would you bring him in? Hold on. Why would you bring him in now? Right?
But that's not true what you're saying, though. He has practiced with the ones. That's not true.
He just started practicing with the ones.
That's false, right? I mean, they had a whole camp leading up to the season starting before he got hurt. He practiced with the ones a lot.
Okay,
what are you talking about,
Frank?
He has practiced with the ones. What do you mean,
Frank? I'm talking about recently.
He was a starter. Frank, he was a starter when they started this.
Frank, he hasn't been practicing with the ones recently.
Well, that's different. You say he's never practiced the ones. That's false.
There you go. There you go again. I said he hasn't practiced with the ones, Frank. Right?
Right. So he has practiced with the ones.
This is preseason. During that time, I'm talking about right now. Yeah, he has not gotten reps, and as you know, you need reps with those guys. Listen, let the defense carry you. Play Steeler football and continue to win games and position yourself to get a great seed in the AFC. This is what Steeler football and Steeler Nation is about. Great defense, great running game, and get a quarterback.
That's not true. That's not true.
Here we go again. Here we go.
That's not true. You know why? That's why they can't win Super Bowls. When Ben Roethlisberger, they won Super Bowls with Big Ben. Okay, Big Ben was an elite
number one defense when they had.
Hold on.
They had
Hold on.
Defense.
Big Ben.
Harrison.
Big Ben. It doesn't matter. You had that as well as a great quarterback. You don't win without They had great defense as well. I'm not disagreeing with that. But you also had a great quarterback. You're not going to win in this league without having a really good. Roethlisberger was when they won, they didn't just win running the ball and playing defense. They won with great defense. We agree. Palomalu, those guys are great. But they also had an elite Hall of Fame level quarterback. You can't deny that.
I'm not denying that, Frank. There you go again. Frank, I'm just getting back. I'm just getting warmed up, and you already throwing me under the bus saying I'm saying words I never said. Yo, listen here, Frank. The Pittsburgh,
come on, man.
The Pittsburgh Steeler Nation is. We go back to when they won Super Bowls is running the ball, playing defense, having a quarterback that can make the throws, that can extend plays, that can get outside the pocket and do all make throws. This is how you win football and steal a nation. Tomlin, listen, Tomlin, I love you, but you're making a mistake here. You're making a mistake here,
Nah.
Tomlin.
Tomlin is thinking long term and which guys will give him a chance to win a Super Bowl. I'm with Tomlin. So anyway, we disagree on that one. All right, Eric. Question: should Robert Saleh been fired? And this is a little bit of old news, but should the Jets have fired Robert Saleh?
Yes, they should have fired Robert Saleh. Yes, they should have fired him. New York Jets, we had high expectations with that defense. With Aaron Rodgers coming back off, Achilles tear. I know he's old, but he's still, still a veteran quarterback, high level quarterback. He's old, but he still has that veteran presence. And now getting Davante Adams back, his old buddy from Green Bay, I think now the offense will pick up, right? And they've been losing games, 3 points, 4 points. It's not like they're getting blown out. So they just
right. I mean, Eric. I mean, the kicker missed like a chip or like a field goal he should have made one of the games. They lost 10-9.
Yeah.
They missed 2 field goals even the last game, right? 2 field goals they should have made even against the Bills that they should have made, right?
So I'm saying this. Listen, it was the right move to fire that guy, right? Maybe it'll spark the team, right? It'll spark the team, and now the addition of Davante Adams to the offense, I think that will take the team now and propel them to make a run at it, because they're still in the mix. It's not like they're at the bottom.
Yeah. By the way, if they had won that game, against Buffalo, it would have been in first place in the AFC East. The AFC East is weak, right? The AFC East is weak, right? I mean, the Jets are mediocre right now. Buffalo's okay, but Buffalo picked up a big time player as well in Amari Cooper.
Yes. Well, Amari Cooper's okay. Right. He's okay.
But Amari Cooper's a lot better than okay, just for clarity. But let me say this. Eric. Okay. I don't understand that everybody always thinks everything is a racial issue, right? Robert Saleh got fired differently. Like first of all, Robert Saleh's record was terrible, 20-36, just for clarity. 28. Black or white, whatever the man is, he had to be fired. And let me just say this.
Got to.
Okay?
Got to.
Now, is it his fault? It's a different issue, right? You can argue it's not his fault, okay? You can argue that, look, Aaron Rodgers skipped out, right, to go on a retreat, you know what I mean, doing their OTAs and workouts and all that kind of stuff. You can argue they brought Nathaniel Hackett, Aaron Rodgers' boy, to be the offensive coordinator, and he's been terrible. He's been the worst offensive coordinator in football. You can argue all of the things you want to argue, okay? But at the end of the day, the head coach takes the hit, and the record was 20-36. So black, white, green, yellow, orange, he should have been fired.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that.
Davante Adams,
I don't know,
great pickup.
Offensive coordinator, they had great success at Green Bay. You need weapons. You just can't.
They do. No, hold on, Eric. One thing the Jets have is weapons. Elite receiver in Garrett, great running back. They got weapons. Now, by the way, offensive coordinator wise, right? You can't run this archaic old offense. That's the issue. They got weapons. Now, Adam Adams, they have enough weapons to have played better than they've played. Hackett's been terrible. But anyway, that being said, Davante Adams, great pickup. You got Brett Favre's guy. And by the way, I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers, not Brett Favre. And by the way, Eric, Aaron Rodgers, they gave him everything he wanted. They gave him his coordinator. They brought Lazard, his old receivers, Cobb, now Adams. Everything he wanted, they've given him. Now it's time for your boy Aaron Rodgers to step up, because they've given him everything he's asked for.
Which they should.
Should they, with a 40-year-old quarterback that's not very good anymore, it looks like? Should they?
No. Coming in.
Eric, I'll be honest with you. They're acting as if, right, Tom Brady messed it up for everybody. Because when Tom Brady won a Super Bowl when he was 40 plus, right, everybody felt like this was this was something that was, repeatable. Tom Brady is a different animal. This guy looks nothing like Tom Brady looked, you know what I mean, post 40. He doesn't.
Yeah,
and they're giving the guy everything.
He looks a step slow.
He does. He's
a step slow. I did say that on the last time. He does look a step slow. But listen, he's a caliber.
And they're giving him everything. He runs the team, Eric. He runs the team.
Listen, but he's still high level quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Despite his age, right? He's a veteran presence, right? He knows what it takes to win games. He's seen every defense out there, so you give him what he asked for. Because as a Jets
Yeah,
fan,
we'll see.
as a Jets fan,
We'll see.
you want to get to that mountaintop, and with that defense and with the pieces around them, I believe they have a chance to at least get to the AFC conference championship game. So let's see. Let's see.
Hey, I got to get the last question on football. Okay, the rookie of the year is definitely Jaden Daniels. Fair, so far.
Yeah.
What do you? It's not even close.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with you on that one. I'll go with you.
I mean, got the Commanders. They're probably the best team in the NFC East right now.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that one. Jaden Daniels.
Okay. Amazing player. Right? And by the way, Caleb Williams is playing pretty good too, and the Bears are doing pretty good as well. Let me be clear. But Daniels has been electric. And by the way, Caleb Williams may pass him.
Yeah.
Okay. But people see similarities between Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson, who's my favorite player, as you know, Eric. Do you think, I'm asking you this question, E. Do you think Jaden Daniels can be as good as Lamar Jackson or even better?
Good question. Good question. I think he could be better.
Wow. By the way, Lamar Jackson got 2 MVPs.
And this,
just make sure.
Hold on. This is why I'm going to say he's going to be better.
2 MVPs, just so you know.
Okay, cool.
I'm listening.
This is why I'm going to say he's going to be better. Because he's a better pure passer than Lamar Jackson. He's a better passer than Lamar Jackson. So that's why he's going to surpass Lamar Jackson as the face or become face of the NFL in the future, because he's electrifying with his legs and he can make every throw in the NFL. And he's not inconsistent with his throws. Lamar Jackson's a great quarterback, but he's very inconsistent with his throws. As we saw in a couple games, he missed wide open receivers, overthrew receivers. You know what I'm saying? So Lamar Jackson is great, don't get me wrong, but Daniels will surpass him because he's a better pure pocket quarterback, passer.
Okay, so I love Daniels. And I love Lamar's my favorite player. I love Daniels, right? I think Daniels is like amazing. But first of all, I think I'm afraid of him because he's so little, right? In terms of the toughness of the NFL. By the way, and Lamar Jackson's not the biggest guy either.
Lamar Jackson ain't that big either.
And one issue Lamar Jackson has had is injuries.
Yeah.
Right? Jaden Daniels, Eric, I agree, is a better passer. Probably.
Okay,
right?
Yes, right. Okay.
Long term out. Lamar Jackson is significantly better with his legs, right? Like Lamar Jackson is a guy that can get you 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels is not that. And he's not really trying to run either, right? He's trying to throw the football. Right? So Lamar Jackson's way better with the legs. But let me say this. There are just certain intangibles that you just don't know. Right? So Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs. So for Jaden Daniels to be better than Lamar Jackson, he's a Hall of Famer, you're saying, right? And to exceed 2 MVPs, that means you got to get MVPs and win rings because Lamar Jackson has no rings. Okay? I don't know, Eric. It's an interesting statement. I do think Jaden McDaniels has the potential to be better than Lamar Jackson. He does, Eric. He looks every bit the part.
Jaden McDaniels.
I'm sorry. I'm Jaden Daniels. Excuse me.
Come on.
Jaden Daniels. My bad. Basketball's on my mind, as you can tell. But I think Jaden Daniels definitely has the potential to be a better quarterback, a better player than Lamar Jackson, potentially, Eric. But will he ever reach that potential, fulfill that potential? It's hard for me to say yes, right? So the potential is there, but I don't think he'll get there. The potential is there, but he won't get there. Because I think Lamar Jackson has set the bar so high, Eric. He got two MVPs.
I think you got to
2 MVPs.
You got to surround this young guy with better talent.
They got weapons.
Listen,
the wide receiver is one of the best wide receivers underrated in the NFL. They got decent weapons, Eric. I mean, he's not doing it by himself right now.
No,
they're playing good football.
They're playing good football, but the NFC, what's that? NFC.
The NFC East.
NFC East, terrible. Dallas Cowboys.
You're right. Cowboys, Eagles, overrated.
Philadelphia sucks.
Cowboys, my Cowboys. Hey, by the way, I talked about this the other day. Have I consistently said the Cowboys are never going to win with Dak Prescott?
Yes, you have. It's surprising because you're a Cowboy fan. You are delusional.
But I'm going to keep it real.
Cowboy fan.
the $60 million man, Eric, 47-9.
Yeah. To a very good Detroit team. I told you Detroit was going to be one of them teams. I told you that. Detroit was
I agree with that. Great team. Yeah. Detroit's great.
Yeah, Detroit's going.
So anyway, is Detroit right now? Do you have Detroit winning Do you think Detroit's the best team in the NFC right now? Because right now, Pat Mahomes, what he's doing right now is phenomenal. Right, players getting hurt left and right. I mean, Kansas City is by far the class.
That's the AFC. That's the AFC
of the. Listen, I understand that they're the class of the AFC. Is Pat Mahomes, right? What I'm asking you is, who's the class of the NFC? Are the Lions? I know, obviously, Pat Mahomes in the AFC, bro. I'm saying, who's the class of the NFC?
right
Mahomes
now,
is the class of the
right
AFC.
now,
Right now, they're the best team in the
right
NFC.
now, right now. I cannot go away from the 49ers. I cannot. But listen, let me say this. Hold on. Let me
Go back to sleep, bro.
Hold on. Let me say this.
Are you joking?
Let me say, hold on. There you go again, jumping the gun. Hold on. No, hold on. Detroit is right beneath them, and they just lost Hutchinson, key component to that defense. They just lost Hutchinson to a broken tibia, so we don't know when he'll be back. But we just lost him. You know what? Young defensive player. So right now, I still got the 49ers because of their talent. They're 1, and I got Detroit 1B.
So just for clarity, right?
I'm saying, Frank.
Okay.
So don't be jumping.
Just for clarity,
my statements.
Let me say this, just for clarity, right? Hutchinson getting hurt is big. We agree on that, right? They got playmakers on both sides of the ball, but Hutchinson being hurt is big. But let me ask you a question.
Not big, just huge.
Bruh, you got San Francisco first. Their best player and arguably the best offensive player in the NFL besides Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, is hurt. So are we not factoring that in?
But they got
so
so much talent. They got so much talent.
Eric, so why they not winning right now?
Frank, listen, it's a long season.
Why they not winning all the time? Why they not winning right now?
Frank, it's a long season. You always want to do this. It's a long season. It's a 17-game season, right? Teams get into their stride midway through the season, they get healthy, and the quarterback continues to have, developing relationship with wide receivers. The defense gets in the groove. It's a long season. The 49ers will be there. Trust me. 49ers will be there. I'm saying Detroit is right below them. 1A, 1B. 1A, 1B.
So, just for clarity, the 49ers are 3-3 right now.
Right.
So hold on.
You don't understand. Hold on. What part of
you don't understand? They're 3-3 without McCaffrey. And right now, there's no timetable for McCaffrey's return.
Okay.
They're a 500 team without McCaffrey. Okay. And how are they going to be the best team in the NFC?
Frank, what place are they in? What place are they in their conference? Are they in the first place?
It doesn't matter, but not in their division. No, they're not first place. Hold on. No, they're not first place in the conference. No, they're not.
I'm asking you a question. I didn't make a statement. I'm asking you a question.
They are tied. They are tied for first place for the NFC West.
Okay, they
are in their division.
Okay, for the division. Okay.
No, in their division. Not the Lions are the best team in the conference.
That's what I'm saying. The division, Frank, in the division.
You didn't say division. You said conference. Get it right,
Frank.
I said conference.
I said conference first, and I corrected myself. I said division.
Okay, I'm glad. Well, I corrected you. You didn't correct yourself, but okay. Okay.
Here we go, boy.
So anyway,
I love you.
So anyway, look.
Go ahead. So
okay. I'm asking for this recommendation. So now, last statement before we switch and talk a little bit about baseball. Do the Jets make the playoffs and make any noise in the playoffs?
The Jets?
With the changes now, with Devontae Adams, they shook everything up. Do the Jets make the playoffs?
Let me see. I'm looking at right now the Jets making the playoff. Let's see. Right.
I mean, by the way, you're 6 games into the season right now.
Yeah, 6 games. I got Kansas City, obviously Houston Texans. I got the Steelers in Baltimore, and I got the Jets don't make. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Buffalo still.
Right, it's gonna be tough, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, the Bills got better as well, just for the record. And the Bills got better as well.
Yeah.
Right. So the Bills got and the Bills are a better team than the Jets.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, interesting football conversation. It's still very early in the season. A lot more football left to be played. Let's switch gears now. Talk a little baseball. We got to talk baseball right now. We're in the playoffs. We have a chance for a Subway Series, which I don't think will manifest itself because I don't think the Mets will get past the Dodgers. But and the Yankees look like the best team in baseball right now, just to be clear.
I'm not a Yankee fan, but hey, about time, Yankees.
They look like the best team in baseball right now.
I mean, let's see if they can keep it up. They won 2 at home, which they should have won. Now they go on the road to Cleveland. Let's see if they can, take care of business in Cleveland. Let's see.
No, E, we had this conversation. I had this conversation with you probably about months and months ago. And I'm like, man, when you make an acquisition for a player in baseball, right? You acquire a player, and the team's fortunes, when it's a big name guy, right? The team's fortunes rise and fall with that player a lot of times. And Lindor is that guy, right? Lindor had been a disappointment for years for the Mets, right? They gave him the big contract. He's arguably the best two-way player in baseball right now, right? Arguably the best two-way player in baseball right now, right? Would be the MVP of the NL if it wasn't for Ohtani, okay? And that's even debatable, right?
By the way, it's called the 5-2 player. It's called the 5-2 player. But go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, you Dominican, you think you know more about baseball? I mean, what's going on here, E?
So it's called the 5-2. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
But Lindor is probably the best. And I said to you, Eric, that acquisition hasn't worked out so far. Yeah. When I said that to you, and the Mets have been struggling.
Yes.
Right? And then when that acquisition turned the corner, Lindor did, and he grew into his body a little bit more, and he's playing better. He seems like he's more stable, and he had the caliber season that he had. The Mets season turned all the way around, right? He was probably the best player, one of the best players in baseball this year. And the Mets' deep playoff run, and they were dead in the water first half of the year.
Yeah.
Best team second half of the year.
Yeah.
So Lindor has been the guy that they thought they paid for when they gave him the big deal, right? Yes. This season. Should Lindor be the MVP over Ohtani, even though 50-50 Ohtani this year, the home runs, what he did. But he's a DH, Eric. He's a DH. He doesn't play the field. So, and by the way.
50-50 is impressive. 50-50.
But what? I mean, it's never been done before. So it's beyond impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is
right. But Lindor, Eric, is elite at the plate and is elite in the field too. Right?
Lindor,
so can you give the guy the MVP over guy? And by the way, Ohtani's going to win it. We know that because of the popularity, the fame, what he means to Major League Baseball. But should Lindor be the MVP, Eric, in real life?
Nah. I mean, listen, 50-50 is 50-50. That's never been done before. We always talk about 40-40. And I think a player, he accomplished that this year too, 40-40. I forgot the player's name, but he accomplished that. But 50-50 is something that we've never seen before. So, Lindor's had a great season, great player,
But Eric, but hold on. With Lindor, okay.
What's that?
But Ohtani has an embarrassment of riches, right? Mookie Betts, all these Freddie Freeman. Like, Lindor is playing with a good cast of players, but he's carrying that team, Eric.
No, of course. And that's why they paid him the
and Eric, he's also a Golden Glove level shortstop, which is the most important fielding position in the infield.
Of course.
Right? He's a Golden Glove level short. How do you? It's almost like the basketball player that just plays offense and plays no defense. It's crazy how you guys don't care about defense when you talk about MVPs.
When we talk about 50,
the guy's a DH. The guy doesn't play the field.
We talk about 50-50, Frank. I mean, listen, this guy is,
that's great.
No, that's not just great. That's beyond manageable.
That's great. So in my opinion, Lindor should be the MVP. And then in the national, and then in the American League, I'm a Yankee fan, right? So I'm a little happier because my Cowboys are terrible. My Yankees are very good, right? Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball, right? You can argue. Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. Now,
Soto's
right?
not bad either, but go ahead. Soto's not.
He's not better. He's very, very good, but he's not better than Judge. He's not.
Well, I mean, Judge is a guy.
He's very, very good, but he's not better than Judge.
Judge is a guy that attracts a lot of attention because he is.
Judge is the guy.
Listen, Judge is the guy because he attracts a lot of popularity. Because
but
long ball because of the long ball and stuff like that.
No, but Judge also bats 300 too. So let's not do that. Let's not say he bat. And by the way, he's a big long ball guy.
He batted this year, Frank.
Let's look it up. Aaron Judge batting average this year. Let's look it up.
Look it up.
And by the way, and he drives and runs.
Let's look it up. Frank. Let's look it up. Here we go.
Let's look it up.
Yeah. Yankees.
322, bro. 322, bro.
Not bad.
Come on, bro.
Not bad.
Don't just say the man hit home runs. Don't do that.
Well,
He batted 322 this year.
Listen.
Stop.
The Yankees.
And by the way, hold on.
Great baseball.
57 home runs, 142 RBIs. He hits for average, right? He hits for power. Come on, but he's driving in runs. He's making big plays in big positions. Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball. Let's not do that. Soto's cool, but he's a nice number 2 to Aaron Judge's number 1. I know you love the Dominican guy. I get it. But he ain't better than Judge. And Soto's great, by the way. And Soto's like 25 years old, right? But he ain't Aaron Judge. Let's not do that. Now, that being the case.
We got to see where they bat in the order, too. We got to see where they bat in the order.
But we're looking at the stats, right? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Eric, 324 batting average.
Yeah, but
107.
A lot of that, if Soto's batting third and he's batting
hold on.
That is
Eric. Aaron Judge has 324 batting average, 179 hits, 57 home runs, 142 RBIs, and 120 runs scored. Yo, bro, you tripping?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
So, by the way, Yankees look like the better team, right?
Yeah.
Dodgers, Mets. The Mets had a hell of a run. Kudos to them, but they out. I would have loved to see a Subway Series. It'd be great for New York, but you got what Major League Baseball really wants: the Yankees and Dodgers, right? East Coast, West Coast, New York, LA, big rival, right? From that perspective. Biggest media markets, which you always like to talk about, right, Eric?
Oh, yes,
now,
that's
right. Big name players, right? You got the great Judge, Ohtani, Mookie Betts. You got Soto, right? You got Garrett Cole. Come on. Couldn't be scripted any better.
No,
but let me say this.
All I'm saying is, I'm still, waiting to see, can the Yankees, pull out those games where they're not hitting the long ball, because they have to, when pitching is at an elite level, you have to play small ball, and the Yankees are not really known to play small ball. Eric, I want to see if they can really win those games where it's 2-1, 1-0.
They won those games in the last series, Eric.
They're playing.
And by the way, but let me tell you the problem.
Frank, come on.
Let me tell you the problem, Eric. The good thing for the Yankees is their pitching got healthy. Rodon is healthy. Cole is healthy. The Yankees pitching got healthy at the right time, number 1. But number 2, Eric, let me tell you what's been the most important element to the lineup for the Yankees. It's been Stanton. Stanton has been phenomenal in these playoffs. And everybody counting him out. But this is why you keep stacking players. Because you never know. Because Stanton wasn't going to be bad forever. Right? And Stanton has been elite in the playoffs this year. Stanton has been the best hitter for the Yankees in the playoffs this year.
Again.
If you stop today and you said, who's the MVP? Stanton. Stanton won like 3 games so far. He's been phenomenal.
Listen, again.
So now the key is.
All I want to see them win when the game is tight, 2-1.
They won games like that, Eric.
What game have they won like that?
When Stanton hit the home run, and they won by a run. Stanton hit the home run in like the 8th inning, and it wasn't one of the moon shots he normally gets. It's one that went all the way up and came down, and he hit it against the Royals, I believe.
He hit the home run to put them ahead. I want to see if they could grind.
Eric, they got too many guys. But Eric, somebody's going to hit it though. Gleyber Torres. They got too many players.
Problem. But listen, when you have,
that's why you stack talent, bro. You don't got to play small ball with that lineup. You don't got to play small ball.
What I'm saying,
Eric, you don't got to play.
This been the Yankees. This been the Yankees enigma. With the Yankees, when they face elite pitching, can they win games when you have to bunt the runner over, when you have to steal a base, when you have to grind out runs?
You don't got to do that.
You
don't got to do that when you got their lineup. No, you don't. By the way, just to be clear, the Guardians, ERA-wise and in general, had the best bullpen in all of baseball this year.
Frank.
We're obliterating.
Frank.
They had the best bullpen in all of baseball.
Like this lineup wasn't there last year. This lineup, they just come.
Say it again?
This lineup last year was the same lineup.
Eric, this is the problem. Well, no, Soto. This is Soto's first year.
But Soto's a key acquisition. Okay, Soto.
What are you talking about? Same lineup. Soto is a massive acquisition. What's wrong with you, bro? So you're going to just ignore. Hold on. You're just going to ignore the fact that the guy that you think is better than Judge is on the team now, and say, they had the same lineup. I mean, Soto makes a big difference.
This is what all Yankee fans, are looking for. Can they win games when they have to grind it out?
No, they don't.
The long
No.
run is good, but can you win games when it's 1-0, 2-1? Those games.
Eric, can I ask you a question? The Dodgers don't have players like that. The Dodgers are home run hitters too.
No, they got guys that can grind out. They got guys like Mookie Betts could go steal a base. Mookie Betts could bunt and run over.
And by the way, Soto is a guy that is one that walks more than most guys in Major League Baseball. So Soto's a guy that can grind it out. Just because you got Judge and Stan doesn't mean Soto's not a guy that can grind it out. So can Torres and other guys on the team. By the way, E, let me say this. You know what's crazy about baseball too? The thing about baseball that's enigmatic to me, okay, is baseball is the only sport where the stars struggle, right? And teams still win the championships. In every other sport, the best player has to be good, right? When LeBron is winning rings, he's playing well. When the Warriors are winning, Curry's playing well. When Jokic is winning, Jokic is playing well. When the Lakers won, Tatum and Brown. It's Ted Williams, maybe the best hitter ever, right? The last guy to hit 400, I believe it was, right? He batted 200 in his World Series playoff history, right? 200, bro, in the playoffs. Hold on. Look at this year. Judge was batting before he started to hit. Judge has been horrible in the playoffs in his career, right? Ohtani this year.
He hit his first home run the other day.
Right. Ohtani this year he's been pretty good with running to scoring position, right? But outside of that, he was batting like one something. It's amazing to me, Eric, how in baseball, the others almost become more important than the stars. Because the others win in baseball. The others win, Eric.
Frank.
It's the reliever guy that comes in and gives you 5 innings when your pitching staff is in trouble.
Frank,
it's the guys it's the home run that a guy hits that no one knew about.
I always said this.
It's amazing how that goes in baseball.
Elite pitching beats elite hitting any time of the day. Elite pitching beats elite hitting any time of the day.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You have elite pitching,
I agree with that.
Elite pitching. Listen, that's why it's so hard. That's why if you hit, think about this. If you go to the plate 10 times and you get 3 hits, you're a phenomenal hitter.
You're a Hall of Famer, you could argue.
Exactly. So you go to the plate 10 times, you get 3 hits. You are a 300 hitter, you're a phenomenal hitter.
Yes.
That's crazy to me. If you take 10 shots you take 10 shots in basketball and you shoot and you make 3, you're a horrible shooter.
No, that's bad comparison. Oh, come on.
I'm just saying. These are the numbers.
So is baseball the hardest sport to play?
Of course. By far. And I'm not.
Wow.
And I'm not. Listen, the other sports.
By far?
No. Listen, if you include golf and all those other sports.
That's what I'm about to say.
Tennis. You know, I'm talking about the 3.
Is baseball hard to play? Baseball?
I'm talking about the 3 major sports, Frank. The ones we grew up on.
Is baseball harder to play? Let me ask you, is baseball harder to play than tennis?
No, here you go. I just said the 3 major sports, Frank.
I know you said that, but I'm asking you. So outside of that, is baseball harder than tennis? I know you said that.
Is baseball harder than tennis? Yes, baseball's harder than tennis.
No, you tripping. I will say this. Baseball's harder than football. I agree. Football is an athlete sport. And by the way, some of it is, there's some level of skill too, obviously. But a lot of guys are great athletes that play football, and this is athlete sport.
Yeah.
Basketball, I do believe baseball is the hardest sport to play than basketball. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Right? I think I would agree with that. Right? Because baseball,
go ahead, I'm on the road.
basketball and football especially, but there's tall guys that are not very skilled that play basketball, right? Like baseball.
Now you ask me about golf. Is golf the hardest sport? Yeah, golf you could consider one of the hardest sports to play.
No, tennis is harder than golf, but okay. I go with tennis out of golf. But anyway, look, I mean, even soccer, how hard is soccer with your feet, bro? Like, do you put soccer ahead of baseball in terms of difficulty? Because let me tell you why. If you go based upon you saying you get 3 hits out of 10 times at bat, how many times do guys score on a soccer field? Those scores are 1-0, 2-1. It's so hard to score on a soccer field on the pitch. Is that a harder sport than baseball? With your feet, no hands.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna still go with baseball.
All right, so with that being the case, Eric, who you got winning it all in this year? For who you got in the finals, right? And then who you got winning the World Series?
Damn. No, put me on the spot, Frank. I'm not a Yankee fan. But I'm gonna go Yankees.
I'm not putting you in the spot. You got to be a Yankee fan, but you should be able to report the truth.
Sometimes the truth hurts, Frank. Oh God, I'm going Yankees, Dodgers, and I'm going LA win it all.
And how many games?
6.
Man, you out of your mind. Yankees, Dodgers, Yankees, right? In 7.
Ooh.
Yankees, Dodgers, Yankees in 7. I wanted to go to 7. I think we'll get them earlier than that, but I wanted to go to 7 because I want Eric. You know, those are some of the best words in sports. Game 7. 2 of the best words in sports.
Yeah.
Game 7. And baseball has had a severe decline. They need a Game 7. They need some interest. They need New York, LA.
That's one of the great words in sports.
Game 7.
Oh, okay. So you're talking words. What about Oh Nelly? Oh Nelly. That's a great.
Man, go back to sleep, bro. All right, E. Well, listen.
That's a great
E,
word.
so you know.
Who said that? Who said that? That was Keith Jackson. Oh Nelly.
Yeah, he was a great football, great college football commentator, the great Keith Jackson. Yo, E.
You remember that?
E.
You remember that?
Yeah, of course I remember that. By the way, we didn't talk a lot about college football this year.
What about this one? What about this one? Onions. What about that one?
Bro, what are you talking about right now, bro?
I'm just saying, these are the words people use with commentators. What about that?
Yo, E, let me ask you a question. Since we didn't talk college football really quickly, right? If you had the number 1 pick in the draft this year, who are you taking?
Whoa.
In college football. Number 1 pick in the draft.
Wow. Sheesh. I'm going Shador.
Over Hunter?
Yeah, I'm going Shador.
Okay. Fair. Over Cam Ward.
Whoa, Cam Ward. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going Shador.
Okay, fair enough.
Close second. Cam Ward. Then I'm going Hunter. Then I'm going to quarterback from Oregon.
Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah.
But you tripping. Anyway.
What you talking about?
So I get the Shador, I get the Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, I get those 3. I like Milroe as well, obviously. I don't like Carson Beck, the most overrated guy coming, you know. But let's see. But Carson Beck, let me tell you what Carson Beck will have.
Milroe's over Gabriel?
Oh, of course. Gabriel's not an NFL quarterback. He's a little guy, bro. He's not an NFL quarterback. I mean, we like him, but he's not an NFL quarterback.
Okay.
But let me say this. Not a first-round pick NFL quarterback, right? A backup guy, maybe, et cetera. But let me say this, Eric. Let me just say this. I'm cool with what you say, but Carson Beck, I don't like him. We don't like him. Neither one of us do. But let me just say this. He's going to have the biggest stage to prove himself because Georgia's going to be there at the very end, right? And so if he plays well as they continue to progress, because Colorado won't. Colorado's going to fade, right? Colorado's going to fade. We know that's coming. We know it's coming. So they're going to fade. So when you're talking about number 1 pick and you below 500 or you barely at 500, Colorado's going to fade. Right? And Beck's team may win a national championship. And they like him. And by the way, he's your kind of quarterback. You know what that means. He's your kind of guy. But anyway, listen, you know we always do this at the very end of the show. Obviously, we're about to get up out of here. You know, I know you want to give your shout outs. Please shout out somebody in your Dominican community, people in your Dominican community that are out here making plays and making great things happen.
Yeah, so since we're talking about baseball, I'm going to go with the phenom, number 1 draft pick, Alex Rodriguez. What a phenomenal career. This guy was, projected to be,
Mr. Steroids?
Here we go. Always got to put a damp on people's greatness.
I mean, whoa. You put Mr. Steroids?
Oh, my goodness. Yo, let me give my shout out to
my
people.
I thought you were going to shout out Karl Anthony Towns, who came to New York, right? Mr. Karl Anthony Towns, the New York Knickerbocker.
Well, we're talking baseball playoff. His baseball is right now.
Oh, my goodness. A-Rod.
I'm going with A-Rod. Phenomenal career. Grew up in the Heights, went down to Florida. He's a crazy Miami Hurricane fan. Committed to the Hurricanes as well, too, to play baseball. But
hey, this one I'm conflicted about.
He's doing phenomenal also on the business side. De lo mío, Alex Rodriguez, de lo mío.
You my guy, and this is your moment. But let me ask you a question. In all honesty, right? Does Alex Rodriguez, you feel like, identify proudly and wears on his sleeve as a Dominican? Not really. Alex Rodriguez is more white than Dominican. The way he acts. I'm just saying. I mean, that's okay, but I'm just saying, Alex Rodriguez, like you acting like when you said De Lo Mio, like is he really like a part of the really?
Hey, De Lo Mio, man. Alex, you'd be surprised. Alex, Alex is Alex, man. Alex, he's not.
What does that mean?
He's not a Pedro Martinez. He's not a David Ortiz.
There you go.
But
so is he got a shout out in the Dominican community? Like he's one of. When you say De La Mio, that's like he's of me, like he's one of us.
Yeah, he's one of us. I mean,
but you don't act like he's one of y'all.
Listen, just because you don't act a certain way doesn't mean you're still part of us. You're still part of us. You took that flag and you put it on, and you represented it to the fullest, and you represented it to the highest form. So you got to go with Alex Rodriguez.
I don't think the flag is on his back, by the way. Just for the record. And by the way, steroid guy, but still, Eric. Let me just say this, and I don't normally get into your De La Mios when you talk about your people. But let me say this, Eric. Probably you can argue one of the top 5 greatest prospects ever, A-Rod, right?
Top 5. Ken Griffey Jr. was one.
Right, Ken Griffey Jr. was one. Right, A-Rod is that level of talent.
Yes.
Bryce Harper's was like that. Bryce Harper was another. That level of talent, Eric.
Yes.
The great A-Rod.
Yes.
Right? But bruh, he not De La Mio.
De Lo Mio.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
De Lo Mio. Frank, since we talk about, you said Game 7 is one of the most famous words. What about you remember Howard Cosell?
Just so you know, why are we talking about? What are you talking about? Of course, I know Howard Cosell, the greatest sports commentator ever. Yes.
You remember?
Called the great Howard Cosell. Yeah, of course. He's the best ever.
You remember he made that comment? Look at that monkey go. You remember that?
Do you know? Of course I remember. Do you know who he was talking about? Let's see. If you're gonna go there, who's he talking about?
It was the Redskins. The Redskins was playing.
The Redskins, right? The little wide receivers they have. The Redskins. Yeah.
Look at that monkey.
But Cosell, yeah, crazy, right? But Hall of Fame sports caster, commentator, etc.
Yeah, him and Jimmy the Greek.
By the way,
Jimmy the Greek.
But in today's climate, Eric, he would have been what? Canceled.
Him? Well, he was canceled after that.
Kind of, but he would have been canceled.
Him and Jimmy the Greek.
In today's coach.
Him and Jimmy the Greek.
All right, well, listen.
No, the other type of guy. Right?
Listen, E.
Yes.
He was telling the truth, though. Listen, E. But as always, bro, great having you on the show. All good. We'll do it again soon. We out.
Yes.
Alex Rodriguez, no De La Mio. Nah, he is. I'm joking. I'm out.
Subscribe, like, and comment. Continue to subscribe.
Yeah, keep showing love.
All love.
We out.